Another live stream, another week, another time to mess with toys, to play around and have some fun. So one of those, but yeah, um, nothing this week to show off. Like when it comes to pickups, I did order some stuff, but nothing's come in, so might just get right into it because we have a lot to look at, as y'all see from the title and from posts I've made. So, probably gonna go ahead and just show off what we're gonna be looking at today. Today, gonna be looking at the Marvel Legends retro carded Spider-Man, the newest wave, specifically just the villains here, where we have Hallows Eve, one of the newer characters, and then Tombstone, and then Jack-o'-lantern. So I've been really excited. I've been really excited whenever they announced all three of these figures. There. More specifically, I think, about these classic villains, but it's nice to get a new, unique villain that I'm not really familiar with, but they seem pretty cool. And I think we will go with Hallows Eve first. And of course, I did show these figures off. I think a couple weeks ago on the first stream I did here on YouTube, or it might have been one on Instagram I took. I can't remember now. But yeah, got this one from my Toys R Us in Macy's. So they're starting to, have good product. So very nice. And as we can see, we're just gonna get right into it. But as you can see here, it's on this kind of like the retro card kind of style, where you have the cardboard backing, with the kind of with the plastic shell in the front, but with a new different design compared to the Jack-o'-lantern, where this is like the more like the animated series kind of look there, and this is just their more, essentially I would say their modern take on it, I would say, where you have like these weird web designs up here. You still have your Spider-Man logo, your Marvel, your Ford Plus up there, but you have like the nice side art where it's Hallows Eve, a nice little like one-off kind of design, but it's cool. Yeah, it's a very nice art. And then you have the Legends series logo there, and then you have the figure herself, with with her different masks, accessories, different hands, and then just the figure by itself. It is a cool little design, pretty neat. And then on the back, just your standard your Marvel Legends series logo, Hallows Eve, with the little bio and all your different languages. And we'll just read off the bios. We don't really do that often, but we will read it for today. Armed with a bag of superpowered Halloween masks, Janine Godby, Godby, I guess? Godby is my assumption, is on a mission to evade the police and free her beloved Ben Reilly as Hallows Eve. And I forgot about that. It's like that, like that her and Ben Reilly are a thing. But as I put that on the back, you have a nice little, like a render of the figure, or even, is that an actual shot? It might be an actual picture, you never know. But then you have that same kind of art behind her. But you have that whole, like, the weird square, and like the glitchy, kind of like the web design, and then all your warnings, legalese, Marvel barcodes. So, and of course, nothing there. Of course, you have your paper. But we're gonna get her open, just because it's like she's our new figure. It's like one that we're not too familiar with, but she looks good. And of course, on the new female body, always a plus. So, I'm gonna use our trusty X-Acto blade to open this, because I do save these cards. I don't know if I'm going to save this one. I didn't save, because I do have like the Spider-Woman that they did in this same kind of carding. But I don't think I saved hers, and I don't think I saved the Ben Riley that they did either. So I don't know if I'll save her. I might just save it just because she's a new character, just to say, hey, I at least got this. So, you know, just for time's sake, just for tradition, just to have one of each character that I want. So, all right, come on. This paper always gets in the way. There we go. Of course, Hasbro has their trusty paper. Goes away. Exacto goes away to a safe place. There we go. Our card is nice and safe. Goes over there. And here she is. Straight out of there. Not looking bad at all. And my lighting's actually working pretty well, because now I have actually a light here. I don't know if y'all can tell, but I do have a light down here. Yeah, at the bottom, but you don't see it. But yeah, but she looks pretty good. I need to remember, always forget to put myself on do not disturb whenever I do this. Very unprofessional of me, but yeah, but she looks pretty good. But we'll get out, get her out here, get her going, get her hands. First, get all the accessories. Go in here. Try to get a better. I don't know how I can really do this with showing y'all the best way. Like those right there. And we'll get her plastic prison. That's over there. Not too much of a mess, hopefully, today. Pretty clean, pretty clean. But oh, I didn't even notice that. That's actually kind of neat. But yeah. Get her kind of situated. Here she is. Straight out of the box here. Get this down a little bit more. Get some more lighting on her. Yeah, but of course with the hood, I think she's going to be a little bit more harder to see the details, but she looks pretty good there. Yeah, like of course it's a whole Halloween kind of theme design. Of course her name is Hallows Eve, where she has the all orange and black motif going on. Of course, yeah, where you have like the kind of like the domino mask, kind of bat, kind of like mask with the red, with the red lipstick and the pale skin, and also has orange hair sculpted on there, which I didn't notice before. So it's kind of weird to see that now. But she has a nice little hood, has like some tattered details throughout there on the side, but has a nice shape and point to it, so that's really cool. And then that goes down to a little like a together point right there, and then on her little like her sash cape thing, you have this little collar attachment where you have like two pumpkins right there, so they look pretty cool, pretty neat. And then from there you get the two little, I guess, I want to say like sash or kind of like remnants of a cape. They have like little tattered ends there, but just two fabric pieces. They actually are just plastic, but they're pliable, but they'll just go back to shape. And then, of course, she comes with the standard handbag that goes with any of these figures that would have like, I guess like for her it would be to carry like her masks, but I expect like pumpkin bombs or something. And I didn't notice this either. She does have a little purple kind of detailing on the inner body. It's probably hard to see right there, but you can kind of see it there. That kind of purple detailing. So that's kind of cool. Kind of wish it was sculpted or was like a separate, like a harness piece, but you know, I don't really mind it too much, especially it's like if you have like this cape attachment and yeah, like yeah, and having like a little like a purse essentially there. It's like, but it's your standard purse sculpt that they've been using, where you have the kind of like the buckle there with the one piece of it right there coming out, and then it's just your standard bag. Of course, no paint down there. They did paint the little studs and buckle parts there on the side, so that's cool. But then getting to the arms, just a black shoulder, but little, yeah, and everything's all flat. You don't have like any like fabric detail, but yeah, but it does help with the pinless joints, kind of make it actually look like a costume. And then you have like little speckled details at the top of the arms there, so those look pretty good. And then just orange all down there, and she has her grip hands, and then it's just all black right there. Of course, just nice basic detailing. And then you get to the legs, and that has like your speckle pattern going on here, going from the black to the orange, so it's kind of like a transition. So, and that's there all the way, so you get that little detailing all throughout, so that's pretty cool. And then you just get down to your, just your all orange. And I know it's been like a thing, kind of like with Hasbro when it comes to, like the colors of like what plastics they use, but it seems pretty clean. Of course, you can kind of tell by the knees they're a little bit of a different orange, but if you're not like looking, and even at like the hinges, but if you're not looking, I don't think you're gonna notice it at all. So pretty nice detailing. Oh, we got a couple people here. Welcome. But it's like, and this is on the, I think on the newer female bodies, so articulation is probably pretty standard and probably a little bit hindered, at least here at the head. You can of course articulate the head about that far. Of course, yeah, the hood doesn't really go up because that's a full piece, but then you can get her looking down that far. Head swivels side to side there. Have a shoulder hinge that goes up about that far, which is nice. Do I got a fly? I just heard a buzz. That might be my phone though. I thought I just heard a fly, but then you have your your bicep swivel, your double jointed elbows, which is much needed on these female figures. Always a need for these now. It's like about pretty standard of what Hasbro should be doing. Of course, mine. Also, it's like it's still kind of a thing, like with with the pinless joints, that they are going to be a little bit more stuck, but they feel secure, and they she can get all the way there. And then I think, and then all her hands are just a side to side, and just a rotation there. So you don't have anything. It's like an up and down hinge joint. They're all just side to side. And get the purse out of the way, and then you have a upper torso ball there, so she can hula hoop around, crunch forward only about that much, crunch back pretty good. That's not that far. It's like it can help her just look up all the way, and then do a tilt from side to side, which is nice. Legs go out about that far. Pretty good. They go back. Her purse wants to get off of her. That's okay. But they go back about that far. That's pretty good. Out. Not the greatest. Can't really do the splits, but that's not really too much of a concern, I would say. But then you have your upper thigh cut there. Probably kind of hard to see with the purse there, but upper thigh cut there, your double jointed pinless knees there. Very nice. And then, of course, your foot hinge back, forward, and, of course, ankle rocker pivot. Best thing that Hasbro does. Really one of their standards. I do want to try, before we get to accessories, taking off this head, seeing if I can get her out of the hood, because it is a separate headpiece, and I just want to look at that. And there it is. And so there's actually your hood right there. So that's a separate piece. But then you also get the head by itself. And, you know, it's not bad. Even if you want to do where we'll take off all of her parts here, just getting her down to just the basics. So where she's just that. So a nice little hair sculpt. Of course, not the most detailed. It's kind of just smooth here at the top because you're not really meant to really take that off. But, you know, pretty interesting. I might be interested in trying to see if I want to use this hood, for the Hobgoblin. If that might look pretty decent, but you know, it's like, but she like fits perfectly for that. And I still didn't even know that she had hair. I thought, I was like, okay, it's like that's all just hood, but it's not. It's different. I gotta actually put that back on. Here we go. I also have to get all of this back on there. Okay, we'll do this. Should you go over? Yeah, that can just slide right over. Is that right? I think that's right. Was that right? I don't know if that. I don't know if that was on the right side or not. It might be on the other side. Try to get this. We're very loud right now, even though I'm doing my stream and I told them. But oh well. My family's having a good time. As long as they're happy, having a good time. All that matters. Happy family, happy life. Alright. Here we go. There. I think that's right. That feels right. I think that is right. Yeah. Alright. But there you go. Cool little figure there. Get her like that. We'll get her stand in here. We'll show off. She does have, of course, with every kind of like female figure, she comes with like these splayed out kind of hands here, just your standard kind of, not really the most exciting hands. It's like we've gotten those, but we got also a pair of fists, which is nice. But probably her most unique accessories and probably her coolest ones are her masks, which I don't know if they give her powers or something, or so where she has a kind of like a Dracula, like a vampire, and then a devil. We'll get a close-up. So we got that devil face there. So that's very nicely sculpted. You get like the little, like the beard and the mustache with like the goatee, and then like the yellow teeth and the eyes, and with the horns and the hair. So that's very well done. And then you have the Dracula. Yeah, definitely kind of like a Bela Lugosi type, but it's like you have the red lips, with the blood trickle, and then the fangs, and then the eyes, and then with the hair too. So very, just very well done. I don't know if she's supposed to like wear them, but that kind of works. It kind of fits on her face, like it has like a little bit of like molding on there, so maybe not really, but but they can at least kind of at least pretend to sit on there. At least like the Dracula one can. So that's kind of cool. But I think she is just meant to just hold them. I'll give her like the devil one, just because that kind of seems a little bit more her style. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, like and that's like a pretty good look for her. So pretty cool there. Pretty nice. We'll even get her. We'll switch out one of her hands. Give her a fist. Yeah. Just to have her look different. She might. Yeah, I might have her hold both of her masks, yeah, just to be a little bit more unique. But yeah, it's like, but they work perfectly, and she looks great on it. Like when it comes to like designs, like this is a very nice design, and it works. It's like it works, yeah. Like when it comes to the Spider-Man kind of whole, kind of like pumpkin whole thing that there, that there seems to be. It's like there's always like a weird, like a Halloween aspect where there's demons and goblins and, pumpkins. So pretty cool. Even probably get her where she's like, oh, it's kind of like, which one will I choose to wear today? Or which power do I use? Or she's like, okay. Pretty cool, but I might just have it with just the devil. The devil is evil enough. But I do think these little masks. It's like I don't know if I could get them to work. Yeah, like when it comes to like kid characters. When it comes to like having like a trick or treater or something like that. So would be pretty cool to maybe use at some point. But she does look really cool. Yeah, like when it comes to like the actual like the design of this and how well it actually works, like for like just for like the sculpting and the details made here, and being on this newer body is perfect. So a cool little character. I don't know if she'll make it to my Spider-Man shelf though, because I have like no attachment to this character. So, but not too bad. Like she would stick out pretty well, and I know that she is definitely more of a modern character compared to my classics. So it's like, and that's not to like be like, oh, well, if it's not classic, it's not good enough, which is untrue. There's always good stuff that comes later. But, nice little new unique character to add. So, yeah. And a nice figure too. Just really cool looking. It's like it's definitely like a Halloween. It's like she's gonna be coming up with probably like a lot like in October. For sure. But getting to comparisons, first, we're gonna do a few other. We're gonna do like our female characters. If my stuff doesn't want to keep falling over, if it'll just stay. So first, we're gonna do with one of like the newer, with one of like the newer figures. That's kind of like the modern kind of a reinterpretation of of a classic character being the Spider-Woman. But I did is I switched out the head and just the head from the movie Spider-Verse like that Jessica drew, because I just thought that this looked good because I saw this on Instagram. I can't remember who showed it, but I thought she looked really good, so I picked it up. But they look pretty good. It's definitely more of like a modern style, so they kind of work together, so they look cool. there. And then going with a more classic Spider-Man female character, we have, of course, Black Cat. This being the original version, which is my shelf one, because this classic look is my favorite. It's the more it's the most iconic look in my eyes. But she looks pretty good. Of course, could do with another an update of this, but on this body. So, but maybe with some of these older parts would be nice, and but with just all white and not with the blue wash. But but they look good. And then doing her with I just forgot her name. It's I just made sure. I think it's Mania or something like that. I think it's Mania. Just to show kind of another a darker. It's of course she's more of a teenager, but showing updated bodies where you have the double jointed the pinless thing going on here. So that's really cool, and they look pretty good together too. Kind of that darker the sinister female character. So that's pretty cool. Good too. And then of course I don't have what is it? Phage is what is but Ben Riley's his evil persona, whatever it is, that she goes with. But I do have some Ben Rileys, so and I also have their other Spider-Man, where it's regular kind of a Ben Riley. I have him kind of all muscly, but I definitely a modern take. I don't know if they're a thing, when he has this costume, but I know they are when he goes all bad. So I think it kind of works. It's and with the big eyes and with the more where there's more black and reds really utilized. So so they look pretty good together. And then to show off more Ben Rileys, I do have the the Mafex of the Scarlet Spider. With a custom hoodie from Bestly Studios, which I did look at, which I did unbox live over on my Instagram when I was doing them live there, but we're trying it here. So, and they look pretty good together too. So, nice little classic design. And then we'll do a few more comparisons. We'll do it with with the classic Ben Reilly Spider-Man. Of course, where I use the pizza where I use the pizza Spider-Man head, because I just didn't like that retro head on there. But they look good too. And of course, if you're gonna talk Spider-Man, we gotta have our classic, and I have my and I have my definitive Spider-Man, the Amazing Friends Spider-Man, but I use that as my classic Spider-Man. But they look good too. I probably should get my modern one. I do have that over there. I'll get that real quick, just to get all my bases filled out, because this is kind of more modern, I would say, Spider-Man. So kind of older, wiser, where he's whoa, watch out. It's I'm Spider-Man. Well, they look good. Look really good together. And then I thought kind of mine as well. She kind of gives off kind of the Goblin vibes, with having the satchel and with the hood and with the whole the weird mask look. So got out a few of my goblins. We'll just bring them all up here because I don't want to keep going one by one, just with the others. But we'll go with we'll go with the Hobgoblin, just because color-wise they kind of match up, and and this was Hasbro's their first Hobgoblin, so it's a little bit darker. It's not it's not their retro carded one, because I just don't need that, because I have this one and I'm happy with it. But I do want to try just real quick. I'm gonna try doing this head swap, so where we can get this hood, just to see how that looks. on this body. Yeah, it probably won't really fit. Maybe if I get... I don't know if I can get the old head, because it's kind of not really made to go on. Nah. Yeah, because getting out like the heads on these figures isn't really that hard, but yeah, that doesn't work at all. So, oh well. Maybe for another time. Maybe they'll do something different one day, and maybe we can get a, a kind of a better, I would say, Hobgoblin kind of update of a figure instead of what they did, because I just wasn't really into it myself. I know it's good for other collectors, like to have those little updates of them, but it's just not what I needed. So, oh, and bald Hobgoblin without the hood. It's like, and I like that I can do that with these goblin figures specifically. Yeah, but they look good. Of course, it's the same kind of like the satchel purse, whatever you want to say. So it's the same exact sculpt there. Very nice. And then we'll get out. Goblin does not want to hold his pumpkin bomb right now. I don't know why. Not like I've been... Yeah, like it's not like it's been like that for about like forever and just never moves. And now it just wants to. Just cause me trouble. Come on. Come on, Norman. Alright, don't carry your... Oh, okay. He's holding it. Not perfectly, but he's holding it. We get like those brighter colors, of course, more kind of classic version, and it's like, but this has a different purse sculpt that I actually took from, I think this is actually from a Hobgoblin figure, because this has the little, the goblin, like insignia, but I think it just works for him better. So, yeah, but they look good too. There. And then we'll do our demo goblin comparison, and they actually look pretty good together. Like, this would be like a good, like a duo kind of team up here. It's like if they ever brought back like this version of the characters. So pretty neat. Oh yeah, and then this is also like a Build-A-Figure, which is weird to think about, but it is. But they look cool together. Yeah, but overall, this is a nice little, like a character to have. One I didn't really think I wanted to really pick up, honestly. I was kind of like, it's like I can wait till clearance, but it's like, but when I saw it, I was like, you know what, might as well. Yeah, and also, like my mom is also kind of like a little collector herself, so she always likes, like these very unique female characters. So, whenever she likes to shop around and I show her this stuff, and she's like, oh, it's like, you should get that because it just looks so good. And I'm like, I don't know, but she does look pretty good. It's like, it's a very nice figure. I definitely don't regret getting her and picking her up, and she looks pretty cool. Get her looking forward. She'll probably be like this like forever, but but she looks great. It's like, it kind of makes me want to get the Phage figure just to match with her, but we'll see. I don't know if I really need that figure. I don't really care for the design myself. It's like, I kind of like this better than that Ben Riley look, but what can you say? But a cool little figure, nice accessories. Yeah, it's like, and it's on that female body. Yeah, for new modern female body, so pretty nice little figure there. We'll get her right here. Side, get her accessories over there too, because next, who do we want to do next? I think we're going to do good old Tombstone next. And of course, this is on the actual, like, the retro carded, where you have the Marvel Comics, you have the Spider-Man, like the animated series, kind of more style logo. Looks great there with the classic web. 4+ over there, nothing out there. You have the little, the image there and the little hardened criminal in different little text, and then Tombstone with the image there with the crowbar, little light up there, and then you have the figure itself showing off all those accessories with this new kind of like suited body. I don't know if it's like new, but it's like you got pinless joints and you got new head sculpts, you got a crowbar, you got hands, so pretty cool. Nothing there at the bottom. On the back, Marvel Comics, Spider-Man logo. You have the little, like the diagram on there to show the different head swaps. Of course, with this actually on the there, it actually changes from the neck compared to at the head as they show back there. So that's pretty interesting. And then swap hands, crowbar there, and then the same image of Tombstone with the crowbar. Very nice. And then a little bio here at the bottom, with the, with all the different languages. And this says the dangerous and high-priced hitman known as Tombstone, who faces off against Spider-Man and other heroes of New York. So he can fight other heroes of New York. I have other heroes of New York, so we'll see if we'll see if I want to do that or not. Probably not, though. But we got our Hasbro logo, warnings, legalese, barcodes, but that doesn't matter because it's all about this figure. And I love this retro packaging. It's so kind of like iconic. It looks great. Like on any figure that you get of these, it looks amazing. But we're gonna go ahead and get this open. And this one, I think I got at, I think it was at GameStop I got it. So, GameStop always comes in clutch, surprisingly. They always have pretty good amounts of figures, and they actually get their stuff pretty early, like significantly early compared to like other stores around me, so that's nice. So that's very nice to do a lot of the time. So, okay, paper always goes with the knife. There we go. Get our Hasbro paper, goes over there. Here we go. Nice little clean little card there. And then here's our Tombstone figure. Here in his little entrapment of plastic, as you can see. Looks, just already by, just looking at it, like, it looks great. It looks really cool. So we're going to go ahead, get our accessories out, and we'll take a quick close-up look at this figure. Which I can already say, it's like, the moment that they revealed this, it's like, I knew that I was like, okay, I need this. It's like, you need, it's kind of like, if you have like a Spider-Man collection, and you want to have a Tombstone, this is the Tombstone to have, essentially, in your collection. I mean, look at this guy. He's kind of getting a little blown out there, but balance it a little bit just with my pale hand. So he gets kind of blown out there, but he looks pretty awesome. I mean, having, okay, it's like, let's just say, it's like these new head sculpts are amazing. He comes with this grinning one here in box here, so looks pretty good. It's like has the little grin with his kind of like his non-nose kind of face with the flat top hair. kind of getting blown out there, but yeah, but he looks really cool and has like these dark red eyes here with like him with like him with the sharper teeth on there. Then all that hair sculpt kind of goes all through there, so that's pretty cool. And then then also the fact that it's all connected to there to there at the neck, so you get actually like some skin texture there, and then getting down to the kind of the collared shirt there that has like that little like that blue that blue and black stripe pattern with the nice black tie, and then the black suit with the little like the pocket square. That's blue. It's a little bit off on mine, but it's like but you don't really see that from afar, and I can kind of fix that a little bit of the blue that's bleeding onto the actual suit pretty easily, so I'm not too concerned about that. But it's like I can't tell if this is a all new sculpt or if this is another like a Happy Hogan body but just updated, but like the arms and like all like the wrinkles and the sculpting even on this new this new the suit jacket is very nice because he's all buttoned up, all ready for business. Has that seam line there, has the little pockets there, not actually pockets but nice little black buttons right there, and then you see that shirt kind of come out there at the sleeves with the pale white hands. Did they paint the nails? I don't think they did. Yeah, they're just white, but that's fine. Not really something too important. And then you have the nice thicker legs there. I can't tell. It might be a Happy Hogan body, but it's all pinless too, so that helps. And then he even has little buttons. Excuse me, on the side of of his cuffs, so that's nice there. And then even a seam line that runs down the body, and that's nice that's not broken up there. So this must be new, because that would definitely have a pin there, and then definitely with the arms. So yeah, so the arms and legs are probably definitely new. And then has his nice big boots, his nice shoes. I don't know if they're technically boots or if they're just nice dress shoes, but they have nice little detailing there. So great sculpt overall. I mean, it's basically just a bigger guy in a suit, but but this is Tombstone we're talking about. I mean, this is the Tombstone. So, and we'll get over articulation pretty well. And I also will say I like how kind of how the suit is very much of like a matte finish and has like a texture to it. Like it's not like smooth. It has like a little bit of like a roughness. I don't know if that's because of the paint, so I don't know if that'll rub off as time goes, but it looks perfect in my opinion. It just looks like a perfect figure. But we'll go with articulation. Since it's that whole setup there where it's connected, where it's just a ball on attached at the bottom of the neck. So I guess if they wanted to reuse this, it's easier to do that. But where you can't really look up at all. He just doesn't have that articulation. Looks down, kind of not really at all either. So that kind of sucks, but can look side to side, can go a full 360 there, and almost no tilt. So it's really just a swivel, which kind of sucks, but I won't really complain about it too much, because what else is he gonna do? He's just gonna be just standing there, and if he needs to look up, he only needs to look that much up. He doesn't need a unless he wanted to do a full where he has to look up all the way. it's like even like that's okay, but it's like if you're going like from like that view, it's not bad. But from a side, doesn't look good. But from that, it's not awful. But then the shoulder hinge right there comes down, comes all the way around. Oh yeah, and then that's the same. Yeah, when it comes, be like to yeah. Like I always forget that can just rotate around because I'm just not thinking. I'm just going, but it's like, but I didn't show that. When it comes like to the Hallows Eve figure, but she can do that too. I mean, that's pretty standard. But then you have your bicep swivel there, your double jointed elbows, perfect there, pinless. And then I think with almost not all the hands, at least when it comes to like this open hand and his two fisted hands that he comes with, it's just a regular side to side hinge and then rotation there. But then with the trigger finger hand, you have a up and down hinge there, and that just rotates as usual. And it's like, thankfully he does have that because he does have a weapon, so it makes sense that he can actually, hold that correctly. So, very nice. With the torso, of course, because this is a actual like part, so that's all glued, so you're not supposed to take that off, but so it's like you at least, I assume, you would have maybe like some kind of maybe like feels like that there's like a mid torso joint, so you can definitely like move back, kind of crunch forward a little bit, some side to side. I'm kind of a little worried, and then rotation. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's just all in the torso because I can like feel it move. Like right there in the middle of the body, so where you just can't see it, but you can tell it's like he's rotating just like that, and I think you can kind of tell when it comes to the bulk. So so your articulation is like only halfway in there, but that's fine. I don't think that's really that much of a little stickler of a detail, but legs go out about that far, a little bit hindered by the actual suit. There goes back, not really that far at all. Goes out, can't do the splits, but I don't expect him to. It's Tombstone. He's not really supposed to be doing that. And then you have your upper thigh cut, and it's not really hidden, but once you get the suit down, it's like you don't really notice it, but but it's never ugly with Hasbro. They're pretty good. But but just your upper thigh swivel, your double jointed knee there can go all the way up, so that's really nice. And then with the foot, you can hinge back about that far, go forward, not really that far. It's usually about the standard when it comes to a suited figure. But he does have a swivel, so that's nice on there. And then of course has a beautiful ankle rocker pivot as usual from Hasbro. Great little thing, of course. And then getting on to, we'll get him in a little. Do we want to get him in a little pose? Here, we'll kind of like do like how he is, kind of like in the box. Like, I'm gonna get you. But it's like, but we're gonna show off one of his accessories just because of that pose where he comes with his crowbar. I don't really think of him with a crowbar, but I'm not complaining about getting one. Usually I just think of him just using his hands because he's more because I think of him as more about like another like a beat 'em up kind of guy. But it's a nice crowbar. I think this is actually bigger than ones we've gone before. But you have like the little like the prongs at the top, and then the one then the one at the bottom, and that's a nice little like metallic kind of sheen. Not really like realistic, but it works, and of course that fits perfectly in in his in his like his trigger finger hand. There, I kind of wish he came with a gun if he has a trigger finger. If not, it's like I kind of wish they wouldn't have it then, but then I think everyone would kind of complain, be like, well, it's like it doesn't come with a trigger finger, so it doesn't make sense. But then this doesn't look as good unless you have him hold it like that. But that feels weird, at least to me. But that's not bad. But it looks good. But I always think of him, if anything, he's at least gonna punch you really hard, and he does come with a pair of fists. Ugh. Got some extra paint there coming off. But yeah, but he has a pair of fists there. We'll get him all suited there, because I do like the thought of him. It's like, especially when it comes like to like to when it came to the newest the interpretation of him, where he had the dual, like the pistols like in the Spider-Verse movie. But I always think of him like this, just being big and strong, like like he doesn't really use the crowbar that much, just a once in a while thing. But then it's like he needs a reason. It's like but if he's angry and he's fighting, you gotta have an angry, screaming face, and he looks mean there. Like he looks super mad. Like he's like literally like yelling like at Spider-Man, like being like, "Damn you, Spider-Man! I'm gonna beat you up." Or even do we want to get this hand back on here, because like I don't really mind having like the claw, like having two there, so he's kind of like getting ready, where he has like Spider-Man be like in his hands or something like that. He's like, all right, like I'm gonna grab you and I'm gonna punch you, like I'm gonna hit you. So looks pretty cool. I think my preferred head sculpt is to have him like kind of like more kind of like cocky, or even where he's kind of like where he's kind of like where he's talking trash to Spider-Man, being like, okay kid, it's like it's kind of like, I'm the Tombstone. It's like, you don't really intimidate me very much, because I'm a crime boss and I do what I want, It's like, because I'm Tombstone and I do whatever I want, so. Pretty nice. Pretty cool figure. It's like, it's definitely kind of, like in my interpretation of him, it's like my ideal. This is, it's essentially like the superior Spider-Man. So where he's like, okay, it's like he's just another mob boss. It's like who just has a bunch of money. He looks weird. It's like, it's kind of like, why is he an albino man? But it's like, okay, it's like it happens. I guess I kind of wish that he had like something like to like hold be like in his hand, or that maybe I could imagine him like where you could have him where he's gonna start to like unbutton like his suit, which is kind of like still kind of more kind of like a casual, like it's like, all right, it's like we're about to fight. It's like, but I imagine him holding something. And he's like, okay, it's like, welcome, Spider-Man, to my to my office. Would you would you like to take my money or die? Kind of like that whole thing. But he looks pretty cool there. It's like, I kind of like that a lot. So he might just stay like that, because I think it looks pretty sick there, if you'll ask me, because with that, it's like it's kind of perfect. So perfect, 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 perfect Tombstone figure right there. Really cool. Love everything about this. Of course, it's like I think like the main thing is really really like the lack of articulation there at the head, but I can live with that because he's just gonna be doing this the whole time. He's just gonna look cool. He's gonna look scary and like intimidating, no matter what he's doing. So yeah, pretty cool. And then getting on to our comparisons already. It's like we're speeding through this. It's like I've got my rhythm. And of course, we're gonna do him with his original look, his classic look. I think before the suit, of course, his little cuffs are kind of coming off, or or if they were loose, they kind of look weird. But you can see kind of and this was on like the older kind of like Hyperion based body, but they actually sculpted on like his actual his clothes design. So that was actually pretty nice of Hasbro to actually do that, to make like a whole new like a body sculpt just to do this figure. But you can definitely see kind of like they scale well, like really well, but it just looks better. Just like this. It's like this is how I imagine him, like this. It's like, and this one's still good. It's just kind of more kind of weird looking. He has a more of an actual like a kind of like a pig nose thing going on. He looks more kind of crazed, but you can also like see it's like how much like the sculpting and the detailing has like updated like so much compared to this. And of course you can't swap the heads. I kind of wish you could, just to have the option, but just to see how this old one, if you can imagine, if you had like a neck attachment, and then with that, I don't think it would work anyways. I think it's a little big for it. It's kind of like he has too much of a square jaw going on, and also because his skin is actually kind of more blue than than pale. But this will definitely be like my shelf Tombstone. I mean, but this one has always been kind of like in store. It's like ever since I got this figure, I was like, it's like this isn't the Tombstone. It's like it's a nice figure, but it's like, but this is the Tombstone to have in your collection if you're getting one. And it's out now, so go get it. Go buy it. But then, speaking of suits, we're gonna do comparison with a few of our Spider-Man villains in suits, and of course, my newest one that I've looked at, and this is also a different like sculpt. Is it? Is it? It looks, because they don't have the. Yeah. Okay. But where you have the Hammerhead. I don't know if it's using the same body. It might be. I think this Tombstone might be like all new, just based on the proportions and the sculpt, because like the tie and how the body kind of looks. It looks very different, and then of course like the arms are new and the legs are new. It's like these are like pinless legs, but it's like, but these have like an actual like a more fabric sculpt, and this is kind of more flat, but still has like a slight sculpting. And then of course the suits is different. I mean, it's basically like this one is reusing the Happy Hogan figure from the MCU, and this one is just all new and looks great, but they look really good together. I didn't realize. It's like that Tombstone was like this much taller. It's like then when it comes like to Hammerhead, I kind of imagine them like being about the same height, but I don't mind that. Yeah, like if Hammerhead's a little bit smaller than Tombstone, I mean, it doesn't really bother me that much, and they look great. And it's like, yeah, and also it's nice to have like the little like the blue like the lining kind of touch there. So it's kind of like, yeah, like, yeah. So this Tombstone definitely kind of like literally complements this Hammerhead. And of course, he has his brass knucks and his weird head sculpt, but it looks great. It's like it, yeah, like it's perfect. Yeah, with his weird Hammerhead shape, but they look great. Keep him up here because we want to get like our whole. Because I have like a whole like a rogues gallery of just like of just suited Spider-Man figures. Just like one of my surprise favorites is their is their new Rose figure, and he looks pretty good. Of course, it's like he's just more regular human size here, but he does look pretty good. Let me get his little look going on with the rose. He's showing off the rose. He's like, hey, look at my rose. Box fell again, but they do look pretty cool together, especially with having like the contrast of like the white but with the blue kind of accents. So look very cool. Hammerhead almost hammerheaded me. There we go. All the guys there. Everyone looking at the camera, not perfectly, but and then doing like a video game one where we got Mr. Negative, who it's like who I just use as my regular comic, Mr. Negative, because when are they ever gonna make another one? But this one, it's like it's just your regular suit, like it's actually like more of like your regular, your suited body with all white and kind of like the negative blue color. So, and they look pretty good. So, pretty cool. Here we'll get him next to him, and we'll actually make room for our last comparison that we're gonna do here in a second, because of course you can't have the mob bosses without the Kingpin, and this one being the retro carded one, which they just re-released, which Hasbro just announced. So a good time of any, and I mean he looks perfect. Like they look great together. It's like having like this classic look, like with the Kingpin. Of course, I kind of see more of like a Daredevil kind of villain for me, but he's been on the Spider-Man shelf recently. Like he finally made the cut, because I always want to try one day to dedicate like a shelf of like a Daredevil, but not yet. So he goes on to the so he goes on to the Spider-Man shelf, but they look perfect together. And then you have all your suited guys, so get everyone surrounding the Kingpin. So you gotta go through all these, all these weird suit guys, just to get to the one big suit guy. So pretty cool. Then other comparisons do we want to do? At least do comparison with our regular Spider-Man. And I did mean to get like my female like my Beetle figure out here, but I forgot. So it's like, so he won't be compared with his daughters. So sadly missing out on that. It's like I didn't even think about that until now. But it's like, but when you get classic Spider-Man where he's younger and shorter, so it kind of works. Even if I want to do I have my? No, he's gonna be hard to grab, so I won't grab him. But we'll even do, modern Spider-Man. The Renew Your Vow, so a little older, so he's like, whoa. It's like, okay. It's like, we are adults here. Like, you need to calm down and stop doing crime. Like, you can do better, bro. He's like, well, money. He's like, no. Don't do it. You have a daughter. And she also crimes, but I'm Spider-Man. Do good. Any other... I don't really want to compare, like, other villains. Not really anyone else, I don't think. We might do Goblin, just to do it. But, you know, we've got all my suited guys. We'll at least do a Goblin. At least classic Green Goblin. I mean, you gotta. It's Green Goblin, so... Yeah, I probably should have gotten more of my villains just to compare, but, you know. But we got Goblin, so... It works well. Works pretty good. And he looks great. He's probably... Honestly, he probably is, like, the best, like, the suited figure. You know, like out of all these when it comes to details and when it comes to actually, like, sculpt and size. I mean, be like, Rose I like a lot. It's like... He does have kind of like that new, like that suit kind of texture that they're using, and he is all pinless and yeah, like kind of like a lot of new parts, but pretty cool there. And then, of course, yeah, this Kingpin is as good as it's gonna be. It looks great. It's awesome. The Mr. Negative, pretty perfect, of course, on that older body and older shoes, but it looks great too. And then also, yeah, the Hammerhead is, like, perfect. So. But I would definitely say it's, like, Tombstone has always been, like, one of, like, my favorites that I feel like people don't really talk about that much. Like, he's kind of, like, a little bit underrated when it comes to Spider-Man villains, but I think he looks amazing. So, a cool little guy here. Cool, yeah, little guy. It's like, this guy's huge, and we'll even do a little comparison with our other Hallows Eve figure that that we've looked at, so you know, pretty cool. Get them off here to the side, because now getting to our last villain here of the night, our last figure. We're only an hour and 7 minutes in, so not bad at all. Not bad. And our last figure is going to be the Jack-o'-lantern, of course, on the same retro carded as the Tombstone and as the rest of the line. And what does that say there? Hovercraft. He comes with a hovercraft, and that's really cool. A little disc and this little classic little art there, and then having the figure just looking amazing. I will say it's one of, like, the best looking ones, I gotta say. Back here, same logos, everything, same images. Looks great. Nice little, yeah, got a nice little, like, accessory showing off with the different hands and the little Pokeballs. I assume they're pumpkin bombs, but they're just balls. But he does have his little, like, his bio there with all the different languages, and we're gonna read that. A mercenary in an armored suit, Jack-o'-lantern terrorizes New York on his hovercraft as the infamous, as the infamous flame-headed villain. Infamous. What a word to describe this as an infamous Jack-o'-lantern. But then you have your legalese, Hasbro logo, all that, barcode. Great looking. I would say, it's like, this looks great in this packaging. It's like, always when it comes to, like, the greens and the orange and the gold, just complement, like, this whole packaging really well. But we're going to open up this right here. Last use of the X-Acto for tonight. And he really fills out, like, this whole card, so it's going to be a little difficult to get him probably out of here. But we're going to try our darndest. So forgive me if I'm going to be kind of concentrating. Ugh. Seems like it's, like, almost all the way. Like, he literally, like, I think fills this whole bubble. go. Get our X-Acto, and I probably am gonna get up and grab a couple more figures just for comparison. Well, not a couple, probably a few, but of course Hasbro paper goes away. We'll get this jack-o'-lantern out of here. There we go. Actually easier than I thought, but there's our nice little packaging art away. And here's our little jack-o'-lantern. And he looks amazing, I will say. He looks pretty fantastic. Even like just like this, he looks pretty great. Get his little. Oh, and they actually have a cover for the hoverboard or the hovercraft, I guess. But there's that. And we'll get him one more shot, just by himself, just clean, looking cool. Get all his accessories out here. And I don't know if a lot of this is actually reuse or new sculpt. I mean, it's pinless. So, it's always a nice thing. Okay, so that does have that. And this. And he just comes out smoothly. Like, he's barely even, like sitting in there. Ooh. But already seeing, like, because I have my lights right here, as you can tell, and put him up like against that, he looks pretty damn cool. But there he is. Ooh, it's like he looks really mean. I mean, we'll even do this real quick just to complete the whole look with everything on there. Even do. Well, we won't do that yet because we want to show that off. But I gotta say, Hasbro has really. This is a beautiful figure. I mean, just by the head sculpt alone, I mean you have the full on like the jack-o'-lantern head, with with kind of with having like that sinister kind of smile, with having like the pumpkin details on there, and with the little like the stem at the top, but having like the carved out eyes and that evil grin of a mouth looks so good, and then having like the flame kind of like engulfing the whole back of the head, and then even kind of like having like that flame and having like that yellow kind of like that flame kind of inside of the actual skull of the jack-o'-lantern head looks so good. It's like yeah, that's what I think about when I think of this character. Then having like the little like the scarf, little detail. So it's like okay, it's like this is like a mask, and then you have like this chainmail kind of design here. It's like and it's all kind of like shiny metallic green there, and you have a nice like a musculature. And then that even goes down to the belt where you have these little like these pumpkin, I would say like little like bomb balls essentially. It's like they're not like actually like pumpkin shaped, but they're just little orange ball bombs there. And then you have even like the trunks, even there it's like it's all like chainmail, and even have like a little like a fabric kind of stretch sculpt there, which is nice. And then have like the smoothness on the arms there too, and that's all pinless. And then have like these new glove details. And then I don't know if these are new hand sculpts. Maybe one or two of them might. This might be like a Captain America hand. It might be. It looks. I think it's new because because the fingers are kind of thicker compared to Cass, and then I think that's new for sure. And then then having like that smooth kind of like that texturing kind of bodysuit there, and then having like these boots. I think these are about like our standard boots, but that nice kind of like that green color aesthetic Looks so good. And then even it's like just like that, like this is straight out of the box. Like I'm not even doing anything with this figure, and that just looks so good. Yeah, it's kind of just kind of like the silhouette of this looks amazing. Like look at that. It looks really really cool. It does have a little bit of dust and specklage on the back, but that looks like just like perfect figure. That looks amazing. We'll just go ahead. We're gonna take that back off because I don't want to lose that in case something else comes off. But we'll already just get to articulation, and with this, you have just a full, you have just a full like a ball. The bottom of the neck, which is kind of stiff, but once you get that on there, you get articulation. Actually goes up pretty well. That's not bad at all. Goes down. Of course, you get a little bit of like a gappage. Yeah, if you're looking back there, but you don't really see that. Of course, kind of there, but if you're at the right sculpting there, and then of course, for rotation there, has a little bit of a side to side shoulder joint, goes up about that far, so that's great. And then even has a butterfly joint, and that goes about that far and then goes forward. Not the furthest, but if you do this and get them both, you can at least you can at least get close like to touching his hands, unless you like push it, but that's still like a pretty good range. And then you have your bicep swivel there as usual, your double jointed elbow, your pinless, still pinless. It's like, and that's what I kind of love about like when it comes to like to the pinless, it makes it feel more of like an actual like a costume and suit. So it kind of so it kind of doesn't even break up that sculpt, even though it's like you don't really see any kind of like suit lines. It's like it's all it's all just kind of like that musculature, but it gives that that feeling of it. But all the way up there, comes back down. Oh, and before I forget, full rotation all the way around. Perfect. And then I think with all of his hands, yes, they're all just side to side. Like it's all like just a side to side. No, no like up and down hinges there, but full rotation, and that's on all the hands you get here. And then at the and you actually have a distinct ab crunch with this, so that goes down about that far, goes back about this much. And I believe that this is new too. It's like I don't think they've done like an actual like a full like a chainmail kind of like middle torso and then have that, so where it's like opposite goblin. So that's a cool little design. But you get your but then you get like your waist swivel, and it's like, and your belt is actually embedded into the body, so it actually goes so it actually goes with that waist swivel, just so you don't have to have like a loose belt and have to fight with this. Then you have your leg kicks out about that much, goes back not really that far, but that's fine. And then actually pretty good out. Like he doesn't do the splits, but it's like I don't really care too much for that. But then you have your upper thigh swivel as usual, have your double jointed knee there, and definitely goes all the way. I mean, he's literally kicking his own ass. It's like, but that's kind of like with the with the articulation there. Still good. And then it's like, and of course at the top of the boot, you have a nice actual boot swivel there, have a hinge back there on the foot, hinge pretty far on the foot, and then nice little ankle rocker pivot. But then we'll get to, yeah, like Hallows Eve just took a dive onto the ground. Always gotta be something. We can't have one perfect stream. That never happens here. But then getting to accessories, of course, one that I just showed off was his actual, like his little, like his loose little like his orange ball bomb, which actually has a peg hole there because he has one right there, so that just gets right up onto that right there, and then just sits on there like it doesn't like shake off loose. I don't believe any of the others. I think they're all just fixed on there because you can kind of see like they're all kind of fused together. So it's like it kind of sucks that you can't have like multiple come off. I would at least it at least would have been nice to have like two come off, like have like this other front one come off or something, or at least have like one in the back that comes off. But I guess I get why they didn't want to do that. Yeah, because you don't want, I guess kids to get this and try to eat one of them. But but when you have but when you have like your other one, it kind of sticks out because you have that little gap there compared to that where that's more kind of cleaner, but it still looks good. It's like it works for that. But of course, with his hand that he has here, his claw hand, his kind of claw-shaped hand, it's actually made to grip this ball. So he just holds that in his hand perfectly there. So if you want him to get him in a nice little throwing pose, you can. And that actually looks pretty perfect. I mean, it's like that's a pretty like a dynamic kind of hand there. So it's like that does look pretty great. And then of course, he does have also a couple of, we're not going to do that. We're going to just show them off. He does come with a couple of fists, so that's very nice. So having, like one hand that's kind of like you're splayed out, then one that grips, and then two fists, never really a problem at all. And then you have his actual, like his hovercraft here, which is just which is like a gold disc where you have two little pegs here, and then you have a little like a circular inner design there, and then even like a little like a ridge there, and then you can kind of see through. It's kind of like a marbleized plastic, so it's kind of a little bit kind of weird. It's like when it comes to when it comes to like this kind of like the shinier plastic, it always has it always has like a marbling effect, which which some people kind of hate. It doesn't look that bad really in person. It's like it's like depending on the reflection, it kind of looks bad, but at the bottom you have this whole like this kind of like this spiral kind of ish design, where you actually have little like studs here on the outside, but it's kind of like this weird design, and it does have a little like a like a hole cover for that goes on the bottom. And I guess my assumption is that if you want to have it so where if you have where if you prefer to have a flight stand on this guy, but still want this to have your end, because that's actually accurate, because it has that little ridge there. But I guess if you want to have like a stand there and kind of cover it, it's like I guess you can, and we probably will try that out. Because we'll try that out, because there's also yeah, like your Hasbro, like your glider flight stand. So see if that. It does peg, so I think it actually is made to do that. Maybe, I guess technically, but I don't know. But we won't. Yeah, first we'll try him out here without it, because of course you have the two foot pegs, because he has little peg holes at the bottom of his feet, so that he can actually sit on his little hoverboard. So we'll get him in his feet up on there. Yeah, I always feel like I always need to have him hunch a little bit more. I just feel like these guys are always in like a full blown. Either like a full blown like a hunch, or kind of like it's almost near a full kind of kind of like full on like double knees down, but oh yeah, like that's definitely very very classic, even if you want to do guess if you want to do like that. That looks pretty cool. And even if you want them, I guess, yeah, like that. Kind of like, hey, Spider-Man. It's like, that looks really cool. So, so if you prefer to get like another, like a flight stand and try to get them to balance like that, and then have like your end piece like that, or even, it's like, or even, or even like that. It's pretty cool. So have them like that, maybe even. So that's like really, really sick. Love like these weird, like these glider guys. But but we're gonna try. It's like with this off. See if I can get this flight stand on here and get him actually to bounce on there, and that actually kind of clicked on there. Of course, I think it's actually a lot of weight. Like when it comes like to compare to like to these other stands. It's always like so much weight. It feels like it's like it's like these aren't really, I think, meant to really do this. Yeah, with like a size like this, but think if you can get it. Yeah, it's where he's more kind of like that, where he's kind of like more up. But if you want him to actually, stand like that, so he can actually be in the air. And if you want your Spider-Man, for example, get him going here. You can do it like that, I guess. It's kind of like, all right, it's like we're gonna do this thing. Can you get Spider-Man looking decent? I guess that's okay. I mean, I don't know. I'm just messing around. I'm just trying to see what's gonna work. Get this. even yeah, like Spider-Man's kind of like, hey, idiot! It's like I'm on a building. Yeah, what's with your weird glider? So he's kind of like, yeah. So he's kind of, yeah, just yell, yeah, just kind of, yeah, just yell, yeah, just yelling at him, or if he's coming at him, it's like, okay, it's like I got a pumpkin bomb, and he's like, okay, go for it. It's not like it'll work this time or anything like that. So like that kind of shot. So, but he looks great. He looks pretty spectacular. And then, of course, have this figure to go with it. Of course, probably just keep him on here, honestly. If I got him, might as well keep him. But kind of see. Little Spider-Man comparison. I mean, that's pretty perfect. I mean, you can't ask for anything else. Like, when it comes, like, to this figure. I think he's going to be staying like this for a long time. He might actually be the one who like actually stays on a glider and gets on the shelf with it, because all of because for me it's like I don't have any of my goblins on their glider here on the shelf. I just don't do that. I probably should, but it just takes up a lot of real estate. So, but we'll see if I can get this working. But like, and also this, it's pretty stable. Like it's not gonna. He's not falling anytime soon, so that's really nice to see. Or even where he's like, whoa, kind of like, what is this dude? What is he doing? That's kind of weird, but yeah, awesome figure. I love this figure. This is like a almost also a near perfect figure in my eyes. Like this is what I expected. Yeah, like from when it comes like to Hasbro. Like Hasbro is like playing their game. Like they are at their top of their game right now, and they are just showing off like how good they are. I mean, it's like when they showed off like the new like all like their new their figures that they revealed the other day. I mean, what can you do? These guys are so good. But we'll take them off just for a minute because I do want to do glider comparisons. Ugh, that is kind of scary to take off, but we make it work. There we go. Nice little glider, because we'll do a quick glider comparison. So where we have Hasbro's their Green Goblin comparison glider, excuse me. So where this is the retro carded version where that also has the hole for the stand as well. So very nice. Of course, a totally different design. Yeah, with the circular and with the little design there compared to classic one. And then even doing Hasbro's the Demo Goblin glider where it's all kind of like the actual like the fire kind of like demon thing. So very unique. Looks about the same. They also have like the hole for that. So that's very nice. And you can just see it's like okay, it's a circle compared to the actual glider. And then the one Toy Biz one I got was their Hobgoblin glider, and it's purple and it has a little like a smoke effect, and it usually has one at the bottom, but I just take it off usually because I like my goblins in the air flying, and it's kind of weird that it has smoke there, but that's really cool. It's like it has like that animated kind of feel to it, so we might just do a little playing. We'll get our Hobgoblin on this because this is what I prefer him on. I prefer him on on this Toy Biz one because I have that Toy Biz Hobgoblin, but I just prefer this Hasbro one just because it's more modern, more darker looking. But he's still fits really well. Get him back on his hovercraft. Little. So we're gonna see like the difference when it comes to like a goblin and a jack-o'-lantern. So pretty nice to have. It's really cool to have these in toy form. We'll get this back on here just because I wanna. Okay, yeah, thankfully that actually like pegs on pretty well, so. That look good. If we do that. Oh. Doesn't want to stay up now, but I mean, look at that. That looks pretty fantastic. That looks awesome. But yeah. And then doing actual comparisons, I guess we'll do one with the actual Green Goblin, the original Goblin, but he looks great here, of course, all the greens, all the vibrant colors. Do him with the Demogoblin. Looks great there. It's like I always love like this design, of this goblin character. Very very monstrous. Just very unique and very cool, and they look great together. Oh yeah, and then of course the obvious comparison is with our first our jack-o'-lantern figure. Yeah, where this is kind of like the more like the modern version, where he was kind of going against Agent Venom, I think, in the comics. Of course, mine is broken. His foot broke off years ago, so he hasn't been on the shelf. But this is like a major upgrade in this character. Like you don't need this at all. Like it's kind of like just get this one. It's like there's no need to have this figure. It's like even when it comes to it is nice. The head sculpt is it's kind of like the best thing about this figure when it comes to having when it has like the flames on the back and the flames in the eyes. But it's like they just did this so well. It's so like cartoonish, kind of more comic booky, and just looks so good and like better detailing. It looks so much better. It's like, and this one is on on the ghost body, but they put like little like pumpkin bombs on there, like the little like the round balls. But it's like you don't even get to use them, and he has what is it? Like he actually has a flaming broom that he rides that I never got him on. So, and the fact you can actually like have this flying in the air, like on a stand, perfect compared to this. So this is gone forever. I guess if we want to do, we'll do a little comparison of with Scarlet Spider just to show off just all these beautiful colors and details. Yeah, like this guy will probably look great. If he's going against this one, it'll look so good. Even if I have my Avengers Spider-Man, where he's actually has a custom head, which we also unboxed on the same stream that we did. That we unboxed this actual figure. That actually looks pretty good because this is based off the animated head sculpt. So that looks pretty good there. But I always like my Hasbro Spider-Man, as we just saw, but we'll do another quick comparison. But that's like kind of perfect there. Like that looks great there. And then we'll even do a little Ben Reilly comparison. Works well there too. Looks cool. Ugh. He's about to take a tumble. Then do you want to do other villains? I guess. Might as well do Black Cat. We can do Black Cat. Looks pretty good there. And then we'll do Hallows Eve, kind of doing, the same, like the whole pumpkin kind of Halloween kind of a motif thing going on with the oranges. Yeah, like so they actually pair up really well. Then also comparing with our when it comes to the Tombstone. So it's like, but they look great together. I am gonna grab some more villains because I didn't really think about that, but I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna grab a lot of villains right here. Oh. First we'll do, if I can get him to work, we'll do him with Doc Ock. Here, of course, this one I actually put on. Excuse me. So, of course, our next comparison, gonna do, with this Doc Ock, where I put the animated series, where I put the animated series of the tendrils on there, but he looks great there too. Very much comic book. We're gonna get this going. We're not gonna do all of our Sinister Six, but then we have the retro carded lizard here. Looks great. A lot of green. There's always like so much green when it comes to the Spider-Man and all of his stuff. And then speaking of green, this man is all green, where we have this scorpion here. A little close up comparison there, and they look great together with the crazy articulated tail. Don't fall. Thank you. Get you right in there, Mac Gargan. Then get our classic, also retro carded Electro, where I actually put little lightning effects on his eyes. So they look pretty good there too. Then one more villain. Of course, gonna have retro carded Sandman here. So lots of greens, all greens. Can never have enough green when it comes to your your Spider-Man villains. But we're gonna try to do a whole, might as well. If I'm doing this, I'm gonna do a whole table of figures again, as usual, just to show off everything and anyone that I can fit. We're gonna get kind of gobby. Front and center. Definitely need to. It's like I'm definitely want to pick up the Mezco their Green Goblin at some point, because that just looks perfect. So expect that. Hopefully sometime in the future. We'll get him kind of front and center. Then we'll get Hobgoblin. Back here. That's okay. Then we'll get Hammerhead right here. Get the rose. Gotta have the rose. Back here. Get our Kingpin. I'm actually gonna put him. Gonna take up that whole space. Gobby. Over here. Demogoblin, I like him. He's cool. Get you. Slide you over there. Try to keep everyone in frame. But we're just going to keep on trucking. Is he going to stand? I don't know if he wants to stand today. Doesn't feel like it. Thank God that lizard has a tail. Oh. Come on, Demogoblin. Do you not have the will to stand? Are you that old of a figure that I haven't touched, that you do not have the will to participate with everyone? No, you do. Just take a little bit of doing. Get Lizard back over here. Get his little pocket. Anyone else? I mean, can't go wrong with Black Cat. Classic villainess. And then, oh, well, of course, with our other new ones, have Hallows Eve here, and have Tombstone. Here at the front, and then we'll have our little Spider-Man who always takes a tumble. But yeah, a table full of Spider-Mans and yeah, like villains and characters and figures and just a whole bunch of stuff. We get Ben in there. Good old Scarlet Spider Ben, if he can stand. Always comes to, yeah, the Mayfex with these tiny, tiny legs. Yeah, with these tiny, tiny feet, I should say. But here we are. Is that it? That's all I want to do? I think that's all I want to do. But yeah, here they all are. This is insane. To me, really. Having all of these figures and then the fact that there's more back here, as you can tell. So yeah. Really awesome. Really cool figures. Okay, we'll just go down the line of what we looked at. So, yeah, like, so when it comes, yeah, to the figures we're looking at today. We're already knocking over stuff. We got the Hallows Eve, a nice little addition. Not really a classic villain, but honestly, goes with the whole motif. I'm kind of surprised that they haven't done one like her before, but it's like, but she blends in really well and comes with a couple of cool little mask accessories, and I like the whole design that we have going on here, and it just kind of works perfectly with this figure and being kind of a more on that new updated on the new updated the female body, perfect little figure, looks really cool, looks great. And then of course with the suited the Tombstone, looks amazing, looks really cool. You can't really complain about this at all, except when it comes to the head articulation, where it's just a ball at the neck, that kind of hinders a little bit. But it's like, I don't really care too much. But it's like, sculpt wise, the fact that I think most of this is actually new, so he looks really cool and greatly detailed. It's a perfect addition to to the Spider-Man like the Rogues Gallery. And then of course, really, I feel the best one. It's like this new the Jack-o'-lantern figure is done so well, done so perfectly, amazing. All these are great figures. So I don't know what else to say, but thank y'all to everyone who's been supporting here on YouTube, and thank you to everyone who's watched my latest my Black Widow review. So be sure to check that out. Also be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this. If you feel so inclined to. But I think with that, I think we're gonna call this good. A nice. How long did I? Yeah, it's like 1 hour and 52 minutes and 40 seconds. So kind of a nicer, longer stream. But I don't know what else to say. But thank y'all. Have a good night.